Spotlight. This is a really important project because we can really demonstrate to people, people in a group, we can single one of them out and show them how sounds can just hit them and not anybody else around them. Also, what we want to experiment with is actually having that cone of sound, because it gives you it basically puts a cone of sound around you. If we can do this for some of their methods that they use against us, we may be able to block out some of the V2K, some of the stuff. We can put a cone of sound around us. We can block out maybe some of the infrasound and ultrasound tricks that they're using. So please donate to this. I'm going to put the link in my comments. But we really need to hit that mark. So maybe for Christmas you could just donate $20, $10 or $20, to the Audio Spotlight project, because we're gonna go around kind of showing non-TIs about this, videos. We're gonna make videos and just other things. My attackers are actually hitting my hand right now. Like I'm making this video, my hand is cramping up because they're hitting my hand. They've never done this before, but they're actually, I guess I won't go into it in detail, but they're hitting they're hitting my genitals, but they're hitting my hip where you kind of got stuff running to your groin. And I don't know why they switched and started doing that, but it's not pleasant. And I hear a lot of women talking about, they'll hit me directly in the groin sometimes, but they're kind of hitting parts that are, they kind of got a serial killer knowledge of the body, which is amazingly scary. They know kind of how things are hooked up in our bodies, and they'll hit certain parts with their microwaves, and it's scary. It's serial killer stuff. And it's hard for me because I do want to just say the main stuff, that we are being hit with with things, with V2K. They are harassing us electronically with directed energy. But when they go on so long and nobody catches them, these sociopaths, they don't have limits on what they'll do. They don't see a limit. They're not like, well, let's not do that. That's too gross or something like that, or that's too dark. They keep going. They don't care. They'll make it darker than this, So that's why it's so dangerous. We have to become aware of this technology, guys. Non-TIs, please study it. Please, send letters to your legislature, to local legislators, to our senators and our representatives. Please send letters saying about this stuff and you don't want it covert and undercover, because this is coming to all of our families. The people who it's happening to now, we're growing. It's growing. We're trying to organize, but we're just the pioneers in this. This stuff, they can just hit you with wireless signals, with directed energy signals wherever you are. And I've seen videos where the guy's family's being hit, his kids, his wife, him. This is not something that's okay, well, they're just going to hit 2% of the population. Even if that's true, it'd still be horrible, but they're going to continue as long as we let them get away with this. And this is for non-TIs. I know TIs out there, we're struggling to build awareness for this. We're struggling to save our lives. Non-TIs, this is not going to stop unless we stop it. These people, the people that are attacking me and attacking other TIs, and the people who do this kind of stuff, they go as far as they can. Whatever we let them get away with, they will try and get away with. And as long as we don't say no, and everybody is just, blissfully unaware of this stuff, which is not really happening. Awareness is building up. It's just, now we're in a time of people are aware of it, but we need to figure out what to do about it, I'm getting hot. I'll put my heater on. But as long as that's the case, these people, the kind of people who do this, they don't want to, tell people that they're doing stuff, but they figure if people aren't making a big fuss about it, that's consent. So they're like, well, people are consenting to it because they don't know about it and we're hiding it, so we'll keep doing it. They're psychopaths, the people who have, put this into motion, higher up. The people down at the bottom who are microwaving and gang stalking, a lot of them don't know what they're doing. I just have to say that. I know other TIs would be like, they're really evil, they're all evil. A lot of them are just they get into an anonymous mob. They do one little bad thing and it leads to, other little bad things. And, before they know it, they're murdering families. And that happens with some human beings. I don't understand it because I'm non-compliant. There's a lot of us, TIs and non-TIs alike, who are non-compliant. So we don't understand this behavior. But it's out there. It's out there where people will just start doing stuff. And they'll do one bad thing after another, and before they know it, they're in something where they are murdering people, or they're harassing people being murdered, and they have no idea what they're doing. The people who are murdering people with directed energy weapons, they know what they're doing. But these people out gang stalking, a lot of them are they're idiots. They just have no clue what's going on. They have no clue what's happening. They have no clue that it could hurt them. They just have no clue. They're completely unaware. I'm at 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, they're like right now they're hitting me in the groin. They're really working on that, I guess. I guess they don't like surveilling me with me having a healthy working body. It somehow it insults them that they have to surveil me, secretly like this, and that I've, if I have a healthy body, it insults them. It's like, it's like I'm undressing. They act like I'm undressing in their house. Like, oh my God, he's perverted for taking a bath or something like that. Because they're so delusional. They're in a delusional state that's ripping apart their heads. So they actually, act like it's like, because they're surveilling me, anything that I do, like take a bath or use the bathroom, that's like, an insult to them. Like I've gone into their house and I'm doing it inside their house. It's creepy. It's the creepiest horror movie type action that I've ever known in my life. But the problem is that most of the people who do the directed energy weapon murders and tortures, they're sociopaths. They don't know. They don't understand anything. They're just evil, and they don't understand the difference between good and evil. If they get away with something, they just see it as okay. I hate having to learn about that there are a lot of people like this in the world, but there are a lot of people like this in the world. We've had so far, and I just want to tell you non-TIs, this is a huge issue because throughout human history, we've had our walls and our houses to guard ourselves from people who are crazy, to guard ourselves from people who would take too much or hurt somebody for no reason. We've had those walls in place. Now we don't. There's technology to go through our walls and to basically go through the air, signals through the air, and find you and hurt you, all over the world. So we are at it's a very, very important. Please wake up. Please wake up. If you don't know about this stuff, you think I'm crazy, please look this stuff up. It's urgent. Women, children, teenagers, innocent men, we're being, it's not just harassment in a lot of cases. And the TIs that I'm talking to, they're being murdered. They're being hurt. They're being hurt so bad that it's like, it's hard to just even do things in their regular life. It's hard to even get out of the house because they're being hurt so bad. So please wake up. Please research this stuff. Please help if you can. If you're in a position to help, please help us. TIs, I've said it on my other videos. I'm trying to do as much as I can. I know y'all are too. We've just got to keep going. We've just got to keep talking about it. I know, like, my parents, my dad, and actually I want to tell you all this story. About 23 minutes. I might go to 45 minutes. But she came in the other day, and I was asleep. They were doing the high-pitched sound to me and torturing me. And I didn't even know that my parents, were in the house. and they came in the condo. They were just getting some stuff or something like that, and I was oblivious to it. Like, I was, asleep and being tortured at the same time. Like, my mom had to come over and shake me, and like, she was like, Kyle, are you okay? Are you okay? And she had to shake me to wake me up. And like, I'm not in a good state when I first wake up because they're really hurting me in my sleep. So I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, Mom, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, Mom, they're murdering me. And she's like, well, do you need to go to the hospital? And I was like, yeah, but no, because they can't do anything at the hospital. They'll just, these people, don't hit you as hard when you go to a doctor. And, it's just, if I do tell them what's going on, the past has shown me that, you just get thrown into a mental institution. But, and I was like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital, but, they're hurting me. She doesn't know how to, this is my mom who knows how to do anything. I mean, she can fix anything. And I don't like telling her that, but I was in a state where I was just waking up. And, she was like, well, you need to find a new place to stay. So, like, I'm being, murdered by these people, 24 hours a day, murdered by them. My mom, who really loves me and knows how to fix anything, who knows how to, like, talk to the right people for anything. The only way she can react to this is, well, you need to find a new place to live. And she doesn't mean that, but she doesn't know how to react to this. I'm telling her, that people are hurting me, and she just goes to what she can, what she knows, and she doesn't know about this stuff. So non-TIs, please, listen to that story. This is my mom who really loves me, my parents who love me. My dad tells me to stop being so obsessed with it or it's going to consume me. And all I can think of is, when I make these videos and I work on this and I get on the calls, is if he knew, he would understand. I can't just stop thinking about it because it is murdering me. But I just want non-TIs, just please listen to the stories. My parents are good people, and other people's parents and their families are good people, and they can't even help them. They don't know how to help. So we need to start, awareness needs to start building. We built up a lot of awareness. We need to start doing something with that awareness. Please, if you're in a position of power, like local legislature, or senator, or a representative, I don't think any of those people watch my videos, but if you know somebody who is, please pass this information along. We have to stop this. This stuff is not, this will take all of our freedoms and our safety. This is not some kind of program that's keeping terrorism at bay. It's not pre-crime. They don't know how to, I will have, with the remote neural monitoring, I have certain thoughts they can see. Like, I'll have visuals they can see, or inner voice thoughts they can see, and they don't know how to contextualize them. They don't know, so they just make up whatever they want to about whatever thought. So it doesn't work. It's not pre-crime. It's not anything like that. They're going after innocent people. They're taking our freedoms and our safety, our right to live away. This is as serious as I'm saying. I'm trying to say it calmly, just calmly, as calmly as I can. But this is not right. This will not help anybody. This will not catch terrorism. The experimentation is over, where they can use this for military if they want. It needs to be stopped, because now it's just pulling in more and more innocent Americans, and they're being killed. They're being hurt. The way that this affects my mind, and I'm non-compliant, I'm blessed by God to be like that. Like, they can put images or inner voice things or whatever, but the way that they will try and hypnotize you while you're asleep, and they'll try and use NLP, people who are more compliant, it's a very dangerous situation. It's a dangerous situation. Like, because I know how non-compliant I am, and I know how they can make me feel by certain frequencies and just things they do to me in my sleep, like neuro-linguistic programming. So people who are more compliant, who are more susceptible to suggestion, this is very, very dangerous. We've seen examples in our society, in America and around the world. We've seen people do crazy stuff that is connected to this program. you know, I'm not going to go through all the crazy situations, but a lot of the insanity that people are doing is connected to this directed energy weapon testing. Trust me on that, because I study these cases, and it's just, they're people who, you know, they've gone through their whole lives without behavioral problems, and then they do something really, really bad.